Hey guys, this is another update on my manga project D Hunter, and this is a video on the world of D Hunter part 2. What you see here is the Augments weapons that would be used for people who aren't mages in my world. Yeah, they use these as weapons to fight against mages. But before I start the description, I want to thank everybody who subscribed and liked my past videos. Thanks for the support. And sorry that it's taking so long to do these videos. I'm also working on the pages and everything for the comic, for the final paper. So I'm putting everything down. So we're gonna have this video that will be on the Augments, and so let's start the description. So, Augments in the world of D Hunter. Augments are advanced magically powered technology created during the era in which the mages all around the known world rebelled, and was pushed to its full potential use when the mages conquered the world, helping the armies of the common people fight back in equal footing. Augments were created to be enchantments for weapons to make them stronger and more effective. In the current timeline in which the story takes place, there are currently two types of augments: civilian grade and military grade. Civilian grade augments are a type of augment created for the common people. People, of course, who can afford it. Significantly weaker than military augments in terms of power and effectiveness, it is powered by a liquefied version of magic, in which you would have to refill once it is all used up. And you will refill them in these places called enchanters, and these enchanters are basically the ones who refill the augments back to working order. These augments also must be put in an augment slot to work. Through the slot, the user can use the augment's specific spell. For example, if someone wants to cook something, as long as the stove has a slot, they could put a fire augment on that slot for the stove to start working, and you could basically cook with it that way. So now let's get to the military grade augments. Military grade augments are a type of augment created strictly for military use. Unlike civilian grade augments, military grade comes in different sizes and variations. Also, military grade uses the natural magical energy in oneself, though it makes it very powerful in terms of raw power that equal that of mages. But with great power comes great risk. If a user of a military grade augment uses all of his magical energy, he or she will become exhausted, or worst case scenario, die. So soldiers who fight with augments, known as augmented warriors, are trained to balance its use in actual battle. Military grade augments also have no need for slots, unless the user wishes to enchant their weapons with spells, like swords, spears, or even arrows arrows for bows, just like Snipe uses his arrows for. His arrows are also augmented. So, basically, that's it for the augments. And what you see here on the paper is basic examples. Like this right here, this big side, would basically be a civilian grade augment, and they're basically the size of a hand. And you use it, and you these parts right here would be where you put it on the slots to make it work. And then the military grade ones come in different variations. So they have the normal ones, the normal size augments, like the civilian grade, and then they have also smaller versions, like the rings. It could be small as a ring, a bracelet, could be on a glove, and you could put these augments in weapon slots. So you see here, this is the sword, and then the slot would be here, and that's the augment. And now you could use the spell on the sword that way. These are just some examples of the symbols used to distinguish the type of spell. So this would be any type of fire spell, any type of water spell, any type of lightning or electricity type spell, and this is the wind-based spell. And there's many others like explosions, spells, combustion, all different variations and different spells. So that's it on the augments. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit that like button if you like what you see. And subscribe if you haven't. It helps the project grow and it helps me out a lot. Well, see you on the next video.